Dear brothers and sisters in Christ, dear fellow believers in the salvation we found in Jesus Christ, I think there's no verse in the New Testament that captures the message of Christmas more than Titus 2:11. For the grace of God that brings salvation has appeared to all men, and it teaches us to say no to ungodliness and worldly passions, and to live self-controlled, upright, and godly lives in this present age. This is the core of the Christian message. It's about the grace of God, but the grace of God is not found in some philosophy, not in some great idea, not in some invention, not in some progress. It's found in person, in Jesus Christ himself, God who became man, who was born as a baby in this world like everybody else. This is the grace of God in person. But I would like to stress that this is not only the salvation to everyone, but Paul goes on to tell us that it teaches us to say no to ungodliness, to worldly passions, and to live self-controlled, righteous, and godly. That is a very, let me say, strange thing. How can you change people's life by grace? It's a message Paul has stressed again and again. Think of Romans 12:1. I admonish you by the mercy of God. We smile a bit. Can you really admonish children by grace, by mercy? You have to be in bed by 10 o'clock in the evening, but you know your father is very merciful, and if you don't go to bed, who cares? We think that's not possible. But that is the core message of Christianity. That is the core message that has been stressed by church fathers again and again, best known by St. Augustine. This is the message of the Reformation that put the church upside down, that we are not admonished, that we are not taught to live ungodly and worldly by judgment, by crying at people, by putting pressure on people, by using human means, how we try to change each other. But that the only way to change our life to be holy is by the grace of God. And this is the core message we still stand for. The grace of God is not a cheap grace, as Dietrich Bonhoeffer has called it. It is not an excuse for criminals who afterwards get released by the grace of God. It is the grace of God, the mercy of God, that alone is able to change the deepest of our heart, to love ourselves, to love others, and above all, to love God himself.